south of France. I grew up there and I graduated in management and languages. And when I was about 20 years old, I moved to London, and that's where I started working actually. My first job was in a law firm, and I was working in immigration law, translating with the clients, doing some translation. But that's not what I wanted to do, so I just changed and I trained in something totally different. I trained in teaching. I graduated again. And then that's how I started teaching my own language, French. I created Vie En Rose Teaching about 5 years ago. At first there was just me working there teaching, and now we are several teachers working for Vie En Rose. So I created this school because I was not really happy with the ones that I was working with, because when I started I was working with different agencies, different schools, and I was not liking the way they were teaching and operating. There were a lot of giving papers, a lot of tenses, exercises, grammar, but no speaking. So for me that wasn't this. When you learn a language, you need to speak as much as you can. So that's what I wanted to do with my students. So that's why I created Vie En Rose Teaching. Anyone really, could be adults, could be children, could be big companies, could be schools, a group of children, anyone really. So we do both. We do face-to-face and online teaching, but obviously with the pandemic at the moment, we only do online. So the first thing that I always ask to a teacher when he starts working with us is to make them speak. I think that's the most important, and all of our curriculums are focused on this. So that's why we're going to use a lot of role plays, a lot of speaking games, a lot of music, videos, and we will also spend a lot of time during one class speaking with them, trying to make them speak, asking different questions to do so. So let's say the class is 1 hour and a half, you will spend 30 minutes, sometimes 40 minutes, speaking with your student. So that's why we want to say really that we focus on this, and this is probably the best way to learn. And also we try our best to be as fun as we can, trying to find resources that you like based on your personality, based on your goals. So yeah, this is our way of teaching. There is also another thing that I like to say about our teaching is that many people come to us because they've been kind of crushed by their past teacher, maybe the one they had in school or maybe another one, crushed about their confidence. They don't have the confidence anymore to speak. So sometimes they would have the knowledge, they would know the things, the words, the sayings, the sentences, but they wouldn't speak because they lost it. They lost trust in themselves. So that's also what we're good at building up, at boosting the confidence of our students. So all of my teachers are natives, so they teach Spanish, they have to be Spanish native. They teach French, they have to be French native. They're all DBS checked. They are also child safeguarding trained, and I also train them personally. I assess them very regularly. They adapt. They know how to adapt to each student. Even if they have my own curriculums to follow, they know how to provide and give classes that will interest each student. So that's it about my team. I'm gonna give you two actually. The first one will be about watching movies and TV shows or anything that you usually watch. but things that you have already watched in your own language. Don't try to watch the newest French movie, the newest TV show. That's going to be too much, too many information, too much struggle. So aim for things that you already know, things that you already watched before, so you know already the plot, you know already the characters, and you won't get bored trying to understand the meaning of what's going on, and also work on the language. So that's the first tip. And my second tip, I know you're going to laugh, but that's actually very efficient. It's about sticking on the toilet door the paper with everything you can't remember. So a paper with vocabulary, or maybe tenses, maybe some verbs, anything you're struggling remembering, just print it out and stick it on your toilets, because everybody spends a lot of time at the toilets. So that's, just trying to use the time that you're there and learn at the same time and revise. So second tip.